everybody. We got framing underway here, down here on lot 11. See what's going on behind me. So we excited. I don't know where all these gnats coming from out here, but they're around. But hey, progress is a good thing. So we're happy. This is good news. This is the wood for the house. See, I got the metal out here, all H-frame. Put these houses together pretty quick now because when I had the first Caruso Home built, they actually did all the framing on site, but now they prefab all the thing, all the pieces, so it makes it easy for them to throw these houses up real quick. See, it's a lot of material here. They didn't have all of this out here the other day. So this board is for any areas where it's gonna be wet, possibly. Yeah. I don't even know what some of this stuff is. It's the first time I saw it. Let's see. It's a different kind of ply. Maybe it's just treated. It's got like a weather treatment on it. Maybe that's something new they did. I'm familiar with the green. Familiar with that kind of with the light green. Not familiar with that kind of gold green. You can see this is the roof right here. Roofing pieces here. What we found out too, they actually have all the specs for the roof and how it goes together right here too. You know. Yeah, actually when we came out it was on the ground, so whoever delivered it's doing it on the ground. So that spec actually tells you a lot about how they're gonna be putting the roof together. The other thing that Caruso Home does that we actually like, these are 2x6s. They use 2x6s around the outside of the house for the outside walls, the walls that really support everything, and then they go with the 2x4s for all the inner structure. You can see they got a lot of 2x4s. They got pressure treated wood here too. That maybe will get laid around the base of it, right on the bottom, the base of the house. And this is all joist beams. So these jokers are long. I didn't know they were that long, golly. Oh, I see what's up. So you got these structural ones here, Structural Pro. But then you got these all the way across. Some of them have brakes in them. Long though. All the way across. Wow. Good gracious. They're pretty long. All of them are. See that main support beam, those support beams on top. The wood that was out here. Oh, no. Since these panels are prefabricated, this framing process can happen pretty quickly. I mean, one minute one day rather, you'll come down on site and it'll look like nothing's going on. Then you'll come down the next day and these panels are set up and these guys are rolling with it. So this whole process can happen quickly. See, just like that. 1 day later, 2 days later, I can't remember. I did not keep that kind of track. But we come down, and all of a sudden we have a frame and everything is in place, and it's like, wow, this is crazy, because you go from having a foundation, basement walls, and everything to now you have a structure that stood up. It stood up pretty quickly. Um, as you can see, we're walking around the house, we're walking around each corner of the house, and you can see, I mean, you know, they still got work to do in terms of windows and this, that, and the other. And even on the wall in the back, they're going to be cutting the windows out, as you'll be able to see later. But this video really, I just wanted to focus on the idea that they frame this house out and they get the house under roof, because the issue for us was we were hoping they would do it before it got extremely cold outside and before the weather changed. So now they can put propane heaters and things like that inside to keep the house warm enough for them to work in, as well as it's not interior is not subject to the weather. So we're about to journey into the inside the house, um, just to check out the framing and everything. Now I have to give you a caveat: if you're going to be as adventurous as us, I think you should be safe and be aware that these are active work sites, and you know, it's materials laying around and tools and things like that. So you got to be careful. And if you look even in this video, you can see that the steps aren't even in this house yet. So they have the area where the steps will be going covered. Also, you can see as we move into this portion, these guys are maneuvering and doing that thing out here. You know, I'm looking out the window, but something could fall. And you see all the material out there that they're letting drop to the ground. But these guys are on a move and a roll. But for the most part, I have to give a shout out to Caruso, because when we show up on site, most of the time there's not materials all over the place, and you know, and excess pieces and stuff like you see in this video, only when they're actually actively working. But when these guys shut down at the end of the day, they actually clean the work site up so you can move around the site. It's not empty bottles and other things that we've seen in other people's videos when they actually doing updates on their houses and stuff. So Clay Shelton, Charlie Miller, the construction managers down here, actually do a good job of making sure the work sites are clean and that there's no hazards and stuff like that. When you walk through, it's not stuff in the floor, it's not a lot of material laying around and excess material. These guys straighten up and they do a good job of making sure everything looks pretty good at the end of each day. You can see this guy's coming up and down a ladder. You see actually going up and down together here. They're actually framing out and doing all the things for measuring the coffer ceiling that they're going to be putting in, and which I actually had to leave that day, which I stayed because they actually framed it out and they did everything. They only put 12 boxes up there when it should have been 16. Later they came back to correct it, but also if you're looking at this picture, you'll see that the windows aren't cut out either. So you can see the areas where they will be cut out, but you know, that's more. So I would say that's more to come. And then you see here we transition to. I happened to go through that now one morning before I headed into work, and these guys were putting the steps in. You know, and we were pretty happy about that because it gives us an opportunity to go see what's going on upstairs. And you know, like you heard me say it so many times, those were the back steps. Those steps that you just see to the right there are the front steps. So the guys don't work up here to do the supports and things like that to the front steps. But you know, progress, I always say progress feels good. So to watch these guys do this and to know by the end of the day that they're going to have this done, you could actually walk around upstairs and everything and see how things are coming up there. You know, this is fun. This is fun stuff at this stage when you see how fast things are moving and a lot of attention is being given to the project. But you can't get too excited because you might hit a roadblock and things may slow down. You know, but here these guys are really pressing forward now. We were excited because the house is not only framed out, but it's closed in. It looks like we're going to get it under roof so that these guys, before it gets cold outside, so they can keep rolling. You know, because then once it's under roof, they can do everything inside as well as put heaters in there to make sure it's not too cold. So this is exciting times. Hey, when you get a chance, check out the links that are included in the description. They provide a little background information on the partnerships and the companies that Caruso is working with to provide good products for building a solid house. Also, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notifications button. And we'll see you the next time out.
We will have windows and everything.
There you go.
Turn it on.
You just push the button right there. See, this is Bev trying to get a picture of the guy cleaning out the walk up. Because she believes that's what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the time we live in the house. It's funny. Look at her, trying to get the picture, look.